Welcome to episode 56 of the Rebel Army podcast, the official podcast of Cork City Football Club. And this week we're joined by Kitt Nelson. Back for another podcast, and we're going to get straight into the talking this week because Kitt was here, eager and all, waiting for me as I got into the podcast studio. So welcome to the podcast, Kitt.
Oh, no, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I know it's probably not the easiest time to come in and do a podcast with I suppose, the way the results have gone. I suppose a low feeling at the moment in the dressing room.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially the manner of the game in terms of how we lost it.
Yeah.
Such fine margins. I mean, if Alex's shot goes in into the top corner, then, we celebrate. It's a good weekend and,
And move on.
Yeah, we move on. But unfortunately, that's the way football can be sometimes. It's heartbreaking, really.
And there's been a lot of kind of simple things like that this year that it could have easily gone the opposite direction. No luck.
Yeah.
Especially in recent weeks, anyway. Yeah,
no, definitely. But I think the attitude of the players and the staff are, we've just got to keep going. We're not giving up on the season, and I still believe that we can go on to win a lot of games and have a really successful back end of the season and get ourselves right into it. So that's the attitude of all the players and the staff at the club at the minute.
Because obviously there's 11 games left, which, 33 points on the table still. So a couple of wins, as you say, you never know. Another club might have a bad spell as well and things could change.
Yeah, no, definitely. Football can change really quickly. I think we've seen that this season. So, we're looking to get as many results as we can now. We're fully focused on Galway, and it's a game we're looking to win, that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to win, because every game's massive now.
Did you make your debut against Galway in the league at the start of the season?
Yeah, I did. I think off the bench came on
towards the end, about maybe a quarter of an hour to go or something like that, I think, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I remember that was my first time in Turner's Cross. I remember, great game, atmosphere was booming. So no, I remember a few nerves coming into that one.
Yeah, and we played that well that night, and in many cases I'd say a lot of people listening probably wouldn't have expected us to be in the position we're in now, just judging on those early performances, because we played really well. Yeah, no, there's a lot of talented players in the club. I think obviously a few games after that we had a bad spell with injuries. Yeah.
But no, I think that night we were unlucky not to take 3 points. I mean, if I remember correctly, we hit the post within the first 20 seconds. Yeah, and we were unfortunate not to come out with the 3 points there, really. Yeah,
so it's just again, if you had that win and then all of a sudden there's the momentum and it goes on. And obviously we had a couple of other wins at home, but I suppose the highlight being your late winner against Waterford in April, which was phenomenal kind of comeback again. That was one time where we had luck our way, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Still one of the best moments of my life, really. I remember just after the game, just how happy we all were, as it being a derby as well. It was just perfect, really, at home, the way we won the game. No, it was that was a really special moment for me personally, yeah. So
take me back to your early career. Am I right in saying that you've been with Preston nearly your whole kind of footballing life, since a kid?
Yeah, a long time. Been there since I was 8. I'd actually been on trial at a few clubs before I landed at Preston. I went to Bury, Burnley and Blackburn, but didn't get a contract at any of those clubs. And then, I ended up at Preston. I don't think I got scouted for Preston. I think my dad actually messaged someone who was doing a recruitment for the pre-academy. So it all went from there, really. I haven't looked back since.
So this setup in England is very different, obviously, to here, is it, in terms of every kind of, I suppose, professional club has a big academy that starts quite young, does it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you can be training with academies at from the age of 6, even younger maybe. It's crazy really how early we get started over there.
And did you play with another schoolboys club before that? Would there be local small little teams that don't have a stadium type of clubs, like the equivalent of ours here?
Yeah, of course. I played for 2 teams at once. They were called Pendle Forest and Barrowford Celtic. And at that age, you can play football all day. So I remember I'd play on a Saturday, play a game on a Sunday, and And then, it all went from there. Really, really enjoyed it. And, was into Preston soon after that as well. At the same time, I was training with academies as well. So it was full of football from a young age.
Yeah, and probably playing some at school as well, I'd imagine. You're still doing school while you're in the academy. Is the academy at the weekends kind of, is that how it works?
Yeah, the way it worked at Preston was we'd be in Wednesday, Friday, and a game on Sunday. But then, obviously, the other days of the week you're playing at school.
Yeah. Potentially
playing with grassroots teams at a young age. So, full of football.
And the northwest of England is an unbelievable hotbed of football and football and talent as well. Like, I mean, a lot of the stars of the English side, you look at like your Cole Palmers, Phil Fodens and stuff like that, they've all come from that neck of the woods really, haven't they?
Yeah. I think there's just like so many teams in that area, like so many academies. There's a lot of opportunity for players to develop in a really good environment. And like I say, there's been a lot of good players from around that area. Yeah.
So when you were at the Preston academy, so Shawnee must have been in the first team at the time, was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the way Preston like to do in the academy as well is you're always looking up to players in your position. And I remember I used to have to watch clips of Shawnee and stuff, and obviously you go to all the home games.
Yeah.
And then I played with Shawnee a bit in the Central League, like the reserves.
Okay.
Sometimes when Shawnee was coming back to fitness. So, it's crazy really how football works, that you end up playing together at Cork.
Yeah, it's a kind of a small board, but there's obviously, he wasn't the only one there. The likes of Alan Brown was there, and there was a few other Cork City lads there as well. I know Charlie was there for a bit as well. So there's a lot of players over and Mark. There's a strong Irish connection between Preston and the Cork kind of connection as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Alan Brown was captain when I was kind of first coming around the first team training. I remember I did my pre-season. He was a massive character for me, obviously really good with young players. And you always are aware of Cork when you play for Preston, because obviously there's a great relationship between the two clubs. And Alan Brown was someone who really helped me when I was coming through.
And did you ever play against some of our academies? Because I know sometimes we play like our on 20s, I think, and the likes of under 16s and all that. They travel over a bit, and I know Preston have been on the list of fixtures.
Yeah, no, I believe they're playing soon, aren't they?
I think they are. Yeah.
I remember there was always people from Cork coming to Preston and playing as well at 16 at that point, because obviously now you've got to be 18. But there's always Irish lads coming over as well. I don't think I played against Cork. I think that's something that's started more in recent years, but I'll be interested to see how the game goes between the academies.
I think there was a strong connection with Ringman as well, because of obviously Alan Brown's ties to the club and all of that kind of thing as well. So I suppose you that's why you're probably seeing constant people from Cork being brought over maybe for trials and maybe play for 1 or 2 games and they go home again.
Yeah, no, it was a big pool. Like even Nev obviously came from Cork, and he was captain at under 18 level when I was a first year scholar. And obviously Charlie done the same thing when he came from Cork to Preston. So there's loads of examples, yeah, definitely.
And then as you got older, I suppose maybe 2 years ago, you get to the stage where you're trying to get into first team football. You were loaned out for the first time to a non-league team, were you?
Yeah. I think it was coming through for me was always quite tough because I was a late developer. So you always feel like you're a bit behind physically. So I think taking that step into non-league at a young age was really big for me, because you've got to learn to use your body well. You know, the pitches aren't great in non-league in England.
Tough as well, I'd say. Tough players there.
Yeah. There are some talented players, to be fair. People who could be pro potentially, but whether they don't want the pressure or they want to just play part-time and then have a job. There are some really good players. So I think getting exposed to that at a young age really stood to me. And you got to learn how to, play against men as a smaller player, use your body well. And as well as it's such a big difference, men's football compared to academy football, in terms of physicality and, 3 points on the line, there's much more pressure, I'd say.
Well, yeah, because a lot of the players have brought that up even on the podcast. Like, is it the pure physicality? Is it speed? What is it? Like, I'd imagine technical ability is quite good at academy level, but it's the other attributes, is it, that comes into the game?
Yeah, definitely. Like experience as well. Like I'd say the tactical know-how of that when you go into men's football is different. and it's just such a different game. It was a bit of a shock to the system, to be honest, when I first went. But like I say, it really helped me, and I've had some. I remember I used to have to go up 2.5 hours to get to training back then, so it was tough. But like I say, I think I learned a lot from it, and I really benefited from it. Yeah.
And how did in terms of the competitive nature of that league, did it kind of give you a hunger to kind of push on another bit to get back into the Preston squad, or what how did you feel playing in it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think if anything, it almost kind of humbles you a little bit. I think when you're in academy football, you kind of can get a false sense of reality, I think, of where you're at.
You're probably looked after a bit too much, are you?
Yeah, and you sign a pro at Preston, say, and you think you're a championship player, but you get reminded pretty quickly when you get sent out on loan, especially to those leagues that there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. And I think that's probably what it did for me, is that it showed me that I've got a long way to go, and I'm not where I want to be yet.
And I'm guessing a lot of people that you would have played with through the academy, a lot of them, they get to maybe 17, 18 and they're told that there's no contract there from it and they have to find another club. It's not as easy as what people make it out to be. Just because you get signed up with a big club like Preston doesn't mean that you're guaranteed football. Yeah,
no, far from it. I think our age was a bit of an anomaly because we did well in a youth cup. We got to the quarterfinals. So we had, I think 8 out of the 10 got contracts, which was the most Preston have ever had, I think. But yeah, you see the other side where one of my best mates at the time at Preston didn't get a contract. You see the other side of how tough it can be sometimes.
Soul destroying, I'd say, for some guys, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when you sign your first pro, it only gets harder from there, really, because you got to step up into men's football, which I'd say is the toughest transition of them all. So, so many challenges as a young player, I'd say, coming through.
Did you get an opportunity then to play for the first team on pre-season friendlies? And
Yeah, no, I remember. So I originally signed a third-year scholar, and 5 of the people in my age had been given a pro and 3 were on third-year scholars. So I wasn't sure whether I'd be getting much opportunity, but it worked out quite well my first pre-season as a pro, because I ended up starting games up front, and I think I scored 3 goals that pre-season, playing as a striker.
And who were they up against?
Well, the first one was up against Bamber Bridge, so that was like a non-league club they play every year, and then we played Barrow, Bury, and then a Gibraltar team, Bruno's Magpies, I think.
Oh yes, yeah.
So some really, really good experiences there. And yeah, that, like I say, at that point when you're playing well in pre-season, you start to get a bit carried away sometimes, and I was quickly reminded when I went out on loan how much work I still had to do.
So how did the move to Cork City come about? So it obviously happened in the middle of a championship season as such. Were you back at Preston after the loan spell in non-league, and you were offered a spot, or how did that happen?
Yeah, it'd been a bit of a crazy season for me, because I'd started with the youth team, and then a new manager came in, Paul Heckenbottom, who's really helped me a lot. He ended up bringing me up to the first team to train full time, and I was actually playing as a right back for the reserve team. I wasn't playing in midfield.
Whoa.
And then it comes around January time, and you're starting to wonder whether you're going to go out on loan. And it happened so fast. I remember I heard about the interest from Cork, and it was a no-brainer. There were a few nerves moving to a new country and whatnot, but I knew it was something I needed to do, an opportunity I couldn't really pass up.
Yeah, but do you know how that interest comes about? Is it through your agent, or is it that someone suggested to someone in City, or how does that happen?
I couldn't tell you. So at Preston, they have a loan manager, James Beat, who kind of help young players get loans, and kind of helps with the pathway through loans to get to the first team for young players. And I just literally got a call on a random Wednesday saying, got interest from Cork, think it'd be a really good idea. And I remember I was actually meant to go to Scotland, but when they were playing Motherwell, so it was a bit of a crazy day. But unfortunately didn't make it there, and it was just a whirlwind, really. It's quite a lot to process at once, but I'm really glad that I took the step.
Had you ever been to Cork before?
I hadn't. No, obviously I knew who the club was. I'd heard a lot about it, but never been. No, and obviously a lot of new experiences coming with it. Obviously sharing a house with some teammates. So no, it was
probably makes you grow up quicker. I'd say, does it?
Yeah, no, I'd say so. Yeah, and it's obviously I've enjoyed living with the housemates. We've got me, Freddie, Benny, Connor, and Rory now. It's really good. Like a lot of young players in the same position, obviously, all away from home. So I think it's a really good routine we're in now. Yeah.
And so you said it was a big difference when you went to non-league football in England. Was where would you say the League of Ireland is then? Was there a difference again?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the League of Ireland's a big step up from where I was playing the previous season. And I remember, even when I first came on, the crowd and all of that, it's a huge difference in terms of the atmosphere. It kind of it all the adrenaline, you get that adrenaline rush that was that I wasn't used to, and it probably took me a couple of games to settle in, I'd say.
Would you settle in? 5 goals in the league this year, an assist. Not bad for you're not no centre forward, but a decent return and some important goals for the club as well. Yeah, no,
I think I've really enjoyed playing in midfield. I think that's probably my best position because I'm a player who likes the ball to my feet and trying to make things happen really. And I've been lucky enough to score some goals and some important goals as well. So no, I've been happy with that. But obviously, just want to help the team get more results now.
So far, what have been the highlights for you? What? I presume that Waterford one, but is there other moments?
Yeah, there's been loads. I think the 2 goals against Sligo. I remember especially the one at home where my first goal for City in the shed end. So that was special. There's been a few. I think the goals, but the Waterford one is definitely the main one for me that sticks out to me.
And you nearly scored against Celtic in Páirc Uí Chaoimh as well. That must have been, I know it's a friendly, but it was probably a nice experience to play with, again, probably one of the biggest crowds you've played in front of, I'd imagine, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is the biggest crowd. It was a really good experience. Then I obviously got the assist for Matty Murray as well. I was buzzing for him to get that goal. Great finish by him. And that was a great experience as well, playing against a top club in front of, 28,000 fans?
Yeah.
So, just experiences that you never forget, really.
And have your family come over to watch you play and stuff like that?
Yeah, and they're on a League of Ireland TV, so they're watching all the games. They come over as much as they can, really. I think they love coming over now, to be fair. They're quite regularly coming over to Cork. I think
it's probably easy from Manchester or Liverpool as well, probably to get flights and things like that as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier. My missus is coming over on a weekly basis as well. So, I think they really like it as well, going to the city. And I think they've enjoyed watching me play.
So, obviously, you were due to go back at the end of June. But I think I can speak for a lot of the fans when we were delighted to see that you stayed on. But did you sign a new contract for Preston as well at the same time?
That was I signed before I came to Cork. It was a bit of a whirlwind few days, really. Obviously, the loan and the new contract. It was a really pleasing couple of days. And then, obviously the extension as well was a no-brainer for me, really, because I feel like I owe this club quite a lot for what they've given me. So I'm obviously gonna stick with the club and do the best I can.
So you'll be here till the end of the season?
Yeah.
And your contract with Preston then, how long did you get a contract for?
It was 3.5 years at the time, so I think around 3 years left, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so exciting times ahead for you. So as you're still in the early stage, you turned 20 earlier this year.
Yeah.
Even for a player in your position, still quite young, especially if you're going as a midfielder. Sometimes the forwards can be a bit young, but usually it takes a while for a midfielder to get into a senior team in the championship. And
no, I've been really lucky, really. Obviously, with the manager at Preston giving me the opportunity, and then Cork giving me the opportunity. I'm just really grateful, feel really lucky, to be fair, and I just want to keep working hard to just keep getting better, really.
Obviously, you scored in the cup, so there was one positive bit over the last couple of weeks. I know it was against non-league opposition here, but still, it's nice to get a goal against Leicester Celtic and progress back onto Waterford again. Maybe you'll do the same magic as the last time.
Yeah, that's always the aim. I think, especially against Waterford, there's some bad blood there, so I'll be giving it my absolute best to get a goal against them. But yeah, no, been really happy to score in that game. Obviously, I just want to score as much as I can, keep getting the positions, and hopefully more to come.
So far, who've been have you learned from some of the players, some of the older lads that have been in the squad? Have you picked up some tips and tricks along the way from them?
Yeah, no, definitely. There's it's a really good dressing room at Cork, and there are some experienced players who are obviously going to learn from. Sean, he's had a great career. Keats, obviously, he's been unfortunate with injury, but just the way he is around the place. Greg, obviously, is a top player. So, there's definitely been loads of bits you pick up from them for sure.
And I suppose the biggest change in all that period was the fact that there was 2 different managers. How have you found the transition?
Yeah, no, it's been a new experience to me, really. But no, for me, all I think about is playing the best I can and working as hard as I can. And I've been lucky that I enjoyed working under both the managers, really. So yeah, it's been easier for me.
So obviously a big game against Galway coming up. Have you any message for the fans ahead of it?
Yeah, no, just that we're looking to take the 3 points. Obviously, we're working really hard during the week, and I hope the fans could see at Sligo how hard we worked and how thin margins it was during the game. That, when you're 2-0 up in the 60th minute, you feel like you're going to take the 3 points, but sometimes football can be brutal, and it's very thin margins. But I feel like we are getting better, and we are going to get results come the end of the season. And
some of the new lads that came in the last couple of weeks, are they starting to gel with the rest of the team?
Yeah, definitely. I think the more sessions you have together, the better the relationships are going to be. The standard in training has been really good recently, and yeah, I can feel we're getting better, and we know we can beat any team in this league.
Well, look, with that, best of luck for the rest of the season, and best of luck for the rest of your career as well. It's fantastic to have you on, especially appreciate coming on when it's easy to come on when the results are going well, but when results are going bad, it's always hard for a player to come in. But in fairness to you for popping into the studio and talking to us, and best of luck for the rest of the games ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much.
As I said there, it's not easy to come in when the morale is down, so I always appreciate players taking the time out, because it's a lot easier when you're celebrating big victories than it is when you're losing games.
Of course, yeah, and when you're in a tough run, the last thing you want is cameras in your face or microphones in your face.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate it all the same.
But the show must go on, and we're
absolutely
back at the Cross this weekend.
Yeah, no rest, Friday and Saturday. So Galway, as yourself and Kitt mentioned, on Friday, which is the third meeting between ourselves and Galway this year. So a lot at stake in that one. Obviously, John Caulfield coming down as well, which always adds a bit of a bite.
Did I see Stephen Dooley's after signing from as well?
Apparently so, yeah. It's on FAI Connect, but it's not. They haven't announced it yet, so there might be another familiar face with that on Friday. So
he mightn't play it off. He's only joining them at this stage of the week.
Possibly. I saw he was involved in the PFA camp in England last week, so he might have some level of fitness, but we'll see what happens there on Friday night. And then on Saturday, it's on to back to the women's Premier Division, where it's City against Shells, 5:00 at Turner's Cross in that one. So 2 big games at the weekend.
2 big games. I see one, the women's team have departed to join Waterford.
Yeah, Fianna, we announced that Fianna left this morning. She rejoined at the start of the season from Waterford. That's where she was last, so she's gone back to Waterford again. So I think there's 1 or 2 incomings as well on the women's side that just haven't been announced yet, but by the time Saturday's match comes along, there'll be a couple of new faces in the mix there as well, so that's a positive sign. A
couple of new faces, and speaking of new faces, or should we say younger faces, our under-20 squad are over in England as we speak.
Yeah, they're playing at the minute actually. They're 2-0 down as of recording this to Stoke, and then they're playing Kids Club, Preston North End tomorrow. So two fixtures in 2 days over there, back then tomorrow night, and they've got a friendly on Saturday as well. So
Busy
week for them. Yeah.
And did I see? Did they play Spurs or something last week, or was it the week before?
That was kind of a more mixed team. I think it was the 17s and the 20s. But yeah, they played Spurs down in Fota. Yeah, 2-2 draw down there.
So lots of good experience for the academy.
And these are the trips we've spoken about here. How many times that Liam Carney puts on, and I know Liam and Erica do a lot of work to get it done. These trips, from speaking to the academy lads and the coaches and Cairns, it's for a lot of them, it's the highlight of the year. It's a big trip. It's a bonding session with their teammates, and they get to play against big clubs in the UK, or I know we've been in Portugal and other countries like that. So
yeah,
these are the kind of things that are important for all the academy sides as they come through.
Yeah, and it's games like that against strong opposition that will help them as well develop as players and hopefully get into the first team squads as well.
Absolutely, yeah, and we always talk about almost the conveyor belt of players coming from the academy to the first team. Look at the last couple of years: Cathal O'Sullivan, Matty Kiernan, Matthew Murray, Brodie Lee, who came in as an academy player, but he's involved in the first team setup, and I'm sure there'll be more to come over the next couple of days as well. So yeah, it's as we said, important is the word. Like it's all about the development of those players as they get closer to making that step up to the first team.
Yeah, and who knows, we might get someone breaking through to the first team before the end of the season again, like we've had in the last couple of years. There's been plenty of them, as you mentioned.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so look, it's Galway Friday night. Let's keep the faith and hope for a better result than last Friday night.
Absolutely, yeah. Tickets are on sale, all the usual outlets, and online from ccfc.ie/tickets. So if you haven't already, get those, and we'll see you there on Friday night.
See you then.